before you get it. Because you know at 59, for whatever it is, he's not going to like that premium because it's going to be way more expensive than the term. So here's what I say to the client. So Mr. Jones, here's one thing I want you to remember. I have clients tell me all the time, usually only once, and then they go, okay, Eric, I get it.
Mhm.
Well, Eric, I could take whatever that premium payment is and I can stick that in my savings account in my bank.
Yeah.
And I go, you're right, you could.
Right.
And I always turn to the wife, man, let me ask you a question. If you put $100 a month in a savings account and didn't do this, and by the way, you don't have to do this, you can do exactly what I'm telling you to do, and your husband died in 3 years, you look like you're pretty good at math. How much would Chase give you if you called him up and said, hey, I need all the money out of my savings account of what I've been putting in there for 3 years? How much would they give you? If we did she said, well, $3,600. Well, if we did a $50,000 policy and Joe died in 3 years, how much would you get for the insurance company? 50,000? Correct. How much would you get in 7 weeks if he died? 50,000? Right. So that's better, right? Okay. And I always say that's better, right? Yes. So you're right, Mr. Oh, but let's go take it one more step further. How much interest are you making in your savings account? Like if you're making more than 0.4, like we need to talk, and I want a bunch of savings accounts in your bank. And they're okay. So in there, because we know it's nothing, right?
Right.
Well, if there's this guarantee is blank, and it could be as much as this, like that's better, right? So here's the way I always looked at universal lives. At Chase, if you don't want to pay the $100 a month, you don't have to. There's no penalties. Nobody calls you and say you missed that payment. Like it's not forced. Insurance policy with a universal life whole life, it's a forced savings account. You have to make the premium payment, but the day you start, it comes with a death benefit.